Let's talk about that haunting scene from episode 12 of Andor season 2, K2SO's hallway scene. So as Cassian, Melshi, and Clea regroup inside their Coruscant safe house, an Imperial tactical team led by Supervisor Hirt begins to close in. And this build-up here is done masterfully. The tension gradually rises as the troopers draw nearer, and things boil over when the Imperials finally breach the building. A stun grenade is tossed in, incapacitating Clea and partially blinding Cassian, while Melshi is able to hold his ground and return fire, but the stakes are clearly getting higher in this scene. Then everything takes a big tone shift. K2SO, who has been told to stay with the ship, storms into action here. The first thing we get to see is him backhanding a trooper clear over the walkway railing, sending his body tumbling down into the depths of Coruscant. He quickly boards the Imperial ship where he takes out 2 more troopers in brutal fashion, which is actually done off screen. However, we do see one of the most shocking moments of this sequence, which is a graphic shot of the trooper's lifeless body slumped over the control panel, with blood splattered across the console from a head wound. It's jarring, especially for Star Wars, and it reinforces why Andor feels so grounded and unlike any Star Wars entry we've seen. K2SO doesn't let up from here. He picks up another trooper and slams him down with bone-crunching force, likely breaking his back and killing him in the process. And without hesitation, he then front kicks the next trooper, launching him backwards into an elevator, again, probably fatally injuring that trooper. It's sheer mechanical precision and raw power, really showing that K2 is a force to be reckoned with. And then here comes the centerpiece of this scene. As the doors open, he dispatches another trooper with the blaster he retrieved before locking eyes with Supervisor Hirt. And what follows is a bit bone-chilling and definitely shocking for Star Wars in general. So Hirt empties his blaster at K2SO, but it's obviously useless, so the droid closes in, picks Hirt up, and we hear the man's panic screams down the hallway. Then comes the jaw-dropping 15-second moment that cements this scene in Star Wars history, for good or for bad if you think this is a controversial scene. What we see is K2SO holding Hirt's limp body in front of him like a shield, walking slowly and ominously toward the remaining troopers. The ISB squad leader fires about 9 blaster shots off, all of them punching into Hirt's corpse as it ragdolls in K2's grip. Cassian takes out one of the last troopers while K2 finishes off the final one, slamming him into the wall and killing him on impact. And there's a lot to unpack in this entire sequence. It's done very well, it's shot very masterfully. However, it's quite eerie and definitely a step up in seriousness and tone in Star Wars from what we typically see. Okay, so first off, this scene absolutely earns its place in the growing legacy of Star Wars hallway scenes. It stands shoulder to shoulder with probably some of the most iconic moments in the franchise, most notably Vader's terrifying hallway rampage in Rogue One and Maul's brutal escape in Season 7 of The Clone Wars. What makes these scenes so memorable is not just the action, but the overwhelming sense of power and the feeling that these people are definitely not going to escape their fate. And K2SO's sequence delivers that in full force. What makes K2's rampage feel especially jarring is how effortlessly he dispatches these ISB troopers. This isn't stylized or overly cinematic, it's just raw and brutal. K2 was obviously built to be a formidable enforcer, and here we're reminded that he's more than just comic relief or Cassian's sidekick, which is easy to forget, especially if you look at something like Rogue One. The way he takes human life so swiftly without hesitation and with graphic consequences is pretty disturbing for Star Wars, a franchise that usually softens the violence. The lifeless bodies, the blood, the screams, it pushes the tone into kind of an uncharted territory, reinforcing why Andor is such a bold and grounded entry into the saga. Another brilliant aspect of this scene is the narrative parallel it draws, not just with Vader in Rogue One, but with K2's own history with Cassian. If you did notice, it mirrors the moment in Rogue One when Cassian orders K2 to stay with the ship on Jedha, and K2 ultimately disobeys that command and rescues him. The same dynamic kind of plays out here. Cassian tells K2 to remain behind, and yet once again, K2 chooses to step in. And in doing so, he does save the team. It's not just a callback, it's a reinforcement of their bond, and a reflection of K2's loyalty, and a subtle setup for the sacrifices we know are coming down the line with the end of Rogue One. Overall, I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts on this scene. It's definitely pushing the boundaries a little bit for where Star Wars has gone. It's more graphic, it's more brutal, and it's pretty eerie for what we're typically used to seeing. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like on it. Lets me know that you guys did enjoy it, and I'll catch you in the next video.